If we could move forward, it's quite a short and question, and I'd ask you this, Dr. Zaid. I'll come to you. Harun Rashid, Jazakallah Harun for writing in. He has a very short question, and he writes, Assalamu alaikum, my question is, why is the pig haram in Islam? Thanks. Thank you, Harun. Dr. Saab.
This can be tackled from many different perspectives, but perhaps I will give one, and hopefully that will be sufficient for him. Because I find the best answer to this is what the Promised Messiah ﷺ has explained. And he has explained it very simply but very aptly. He has that in the name of this animal is the reason for why it is forbidden in Islam. Because khinzir means I see bad. And he said that that points to the fact that there is some bad in this animal. So if there is some bad in this animal, then we should keep away from it. And the question that follows on is, what is bad in this animal? What it is that there are some habits of this animal which are only found in the pig or the swine, which is not found in the animal kingdom in that respect. That it has habits of sort of sodomy, homosexuality. It is normally a vegetarian, but then it will go and eat its dead children, and that is a habit. And therefore, these are found in the pig and in no other animal. And the other thing that the Promised Messiah ﷺ wrote 100 years ago, he said that whatever you eat will have an effect on you, your body, and your moral situation as well. And physiologists in the world over the last 100 years have published many papers and carried out many conferences on this aspect, what you eat, that you are. And they have recognized the fact that this certainly is the case, that whatever our diet is, it has an impact not only on our physical nature, but on our moral nature, and then that, as we know, that transcends onto our spiritual nature as well. So if we are to partake of this animal, then our morals will also be affected in this respect, so that those evil habits could become a part of our own body as well. Now, it's interesting for me, I've always said this, that living in the West and living with Westerners, they will always accept this fact, because without realizing, they will say, he eats like a pig. And that is not a term of endearment. I mean, somebody who has got very bad habits. As a compliment, absolutely. Indeed, yeah. And then if you go to a place and it is filthy and horrible and dirty, how will they describe it? They'll say, that's like a pigsty. So again, they accept this fact that these are bad things that society has accepted, comes from this animal, and therefore they accept that there is something bad in it. And that is the reason, I think, that we can explain it in that respect, that there are both physical and moral issues that we have to see from that angle. And that is why in Islam, as in Judaism, the pig is forbidden in Islam, and as it was in Christianity at the beginning as well.
Indeed. Also, just on this, it's not just a question, also we've talked about the health reasons, and within the eating of swine is prohibited within Islam, but for good reason, for the deeper issues of health that it causes. You know, more recently we've heard about heart disease being associated with swine.
The basic point which Hazrat Masih Maud, the Promised Messiah ﷺ, has raised is, you are what you eat. So please take care of what you are taking in. Recent research has shown that a pig has a digestive system which only covers 4 hours' time. Hardly enough time to digest and intake what is good and to leave out what is bad. It's actually taking in whatever is there, whether it is toxic or not, is making it a part of its body and flesh. While the cow has full 24 hours time to digest in 3 blocks, 3 parts of his stomach. So it has ample time to remove the toxic areas, toxic elements, and only absorb the finest of the fine. So that is also a reason behind prohibiting pork. And the researchers are working on it, and definitely it will come up very openly, and it has already come up repeatedly, that the bad habits, he mentioned few of them, that is also increasing in this society, those who are having a lot of pork and pig meat, whatever they are intaking. So the habits are showing that why it is prohibited in Islam.
Jazakallah, both of you, for your questions, and I suppose summing up the answers to the last two questions, you are what you eat and you are what you wear, so I think that sort of sums up the answers to the last two questions in particular. So Jazakallah, Harun, for your question. I hope you have found your answer in that, but if any of you have any further questions from that, please do write in on faithmatters@mta.tv. That's faithmatters, one word, @mta.tv. And the fax number, once again, it's 444 here in the UK, 208 687 8037.